and welcome to our teen craft time. I'm Emily Young. I am the teen librarian over at the Mission Branch Library, and we are going to be making little window clings with puffy paint today. Before we get started, I do have a few very exciting announcements. Announcement number 1, we are officially reopening June 16th for curbside and limited computer usage. For more information on that, you can check out the library website, mysapl.org, and they'll have all the information for how you pick up more materials and all of that information online. Announcement number 2, summer reading has officially started. So if you go to that same website, mysapl.org, you'll be able to sign up electronically online for summer reading. Every single time you come to one of our Instagram Live at 5 demonstrations, every time you join us on Discord, every time you read a book, it all counts towards winning a prize for summer reading. So as soon as you've interacted with us 8 times, you'll be able to pick up a t-shirt at your local library branch. They're gonna be really cool t-shirts. We're really excited about it. So make sure to sign up for summer reading online because we are not doing signups in person this year. It's all online. So again, go to the library website and you'll be able to find out more information about that. So, in order to make our window clings that we're making today, you're gonna need a few things. Puffy paint, Ziploc or wax paper, and a piece of paper. So I printed some designs because I am not a great drawer, but you can also draw your own. So down at the bottom is one that I drew. You can draw your own or you can print something out from online if you're not a great drawer like me. One thing to know in advance is these do tend to be pretty difficult to get detailed. So if you're gonna draw something, make sure you're drawing something really big because otherwise it's gonna be pretty difficult to get all the detailing down with puffy paint, especially with how thick you have to make the paint for this art craft to work. So you are going to open the Ziploc up, that'll make it easier, and put the paper inside of there. I think I'm gonna do my little pride heart to celebrate Pride Month this month. And you can kind of see it. You're gonna wanna make sure to keep the paint very thick as you're painting. One thing I noticed when I was doing mine earlier is that if the paint is thin at all, it will create little portions where there's no paint. So if you can kind of see on the video, there are like holes in it. And those holes just came from where I thought that I had painted thick enough, but it dried out and there was just no paint. So make sure you are really just getting a super, super thick layer of paint going. Because if not, once it dries, it will have holes in it and no one wants that with their window decals. One other thing you're gonna see as I'm going through is that you really wanna make sure that the 2 colors are touching. If you're doing a craft that has multiple colors in it. If you just do 1 color instead of 2, you run the risk of the the decal falling apart when you pull it off, unless the colors are really touching, kind of overlapping each other. So you'll want to make sure that you are doing that. And as you can see from the fact that I've got a whole rainbow going on, you can use as many colors as you want, as long as there are no holes in the design there are no empty spaces between one color and the next. And you just keep going. Make sure the paint is really thick. And go from one thing to the next. And I'll actually show you one that I did earlier. We have this smash ball. And I know this is a very controversial opinion, but I personally love Smash Balls and Super Smash Brothers. I know some people hate them. They think the fighting is more pure when there's no items on, and that's okay. But I love a good Smash Ball. I also love Pokeballs. Comment down below whether or not you like items on during Super Smash Brothers. I love them. No one's gonna convince me otherwise. So a couple more things you should note when you're making these crafts. Make sure that you wait for it to dry completely. So after about 24 hours, they'll seem like they're dry. They will trick you. You will not be able to peel it fully off the paper. So don't try to peel it off after 24 hours, or especially with wax paper, it can be really bad. So this is one that I did earlier, a little snow cone for summer, ice cream cone for summer. But if you can tell, it got a little bit of wax paper stuck to the back when I tried to peel it off, because I thought that it was completely dry and it wasn't. So those are my helpful hints. Mission Branch Library has a window in the back where we let the teens stick things. So if any of you guys are watching from Mission Branch and you do this activity, we definitely want your work in the back. So when we reopen the libraries back to the public, we would love to have as many wall decals or window decals as we can find. So if you do this and you want to make something for the library, that would be great for once we reopen, which will be in a little bit. But we miss you guys, and we are glad that you're here joining us on Instagram. And like I said, summer reading has started, so make sure you check that out at your teen library, or at the library website. And if you have any suggestions for what we should be doing on these Instagram Lives feeds, give us a comment down below or DM us and let us know what you want for cooking class and what you want for crafts. And we will see you next time on Tuesday for cooking at Live at 5.